Hearthstone points. Okay, so here we have Nvrmislethal using his
It's
Warlock
Warlock.
deck and a druid deck for
hmm
Beefsteak.
Looks like a standard Zoo Warlock
Mm-hmm.
versus a token Druid.
The token druid, the one with Yogg,
hmm
or not
This
necessarily.
doesn't look like the Yogg Druid
It
because
has the
it's
Onyx,
using
yeah.
both Cenarius and Onyxia and
Mm,
Savage Roar, which is already a lot of win
mm,
conditions.
mm,
And usually when you're using those three big minions,
mm-hmm.
you don't need Yogg Saron to swing the board in your
Yeah.
favor.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he's just going to start out with Raven Idol. Raven
This
Idol. Sorry,
Okay.
go ahead.
Yeah, I think this version was used by Life Coach.
Yeah. Life coach and the entire G2 team,
mhm.
actually.
Yeah.
Except he seems to have subbed out something for a Savage Roar, which we saw earlier in the Mulligan. I know
Oh,
they're.
and he also uses what's this card?
Oh, no, he got that from Raven Idol.
Oh, the Raven Idol. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is a treat. Looks like we're also seeing the new game board for Karazhan.
Oh, yeah. This I think
Sweet.
this was just patched earlier.
Yep,
So,
earlier today. So
let's
right now we're seeing Zoo minions flood the board, the board with a squeaky duck, and so far not much has happened except there are 3 minions versus 8 cards in the hand for
and-
Beefsteak.
But he does have Wild Growth.
The,
so
the turn to wild
turn
growth.
to
Yep.
Wild Growth, and you also have Innervate in hand. So things are looking up for Beefsteak. Probably best hand for a Druid deck.
Yep, I agree. All he's lacking is like something like Swipe or Wrath to help him remove some minions, but the turn 3 Violet Teacher, Innervate, even Mark of the Wild, that's going to be a pretty strong tempo swing that'll help him take back the board.
What's usually the ratio of the win ratio here for Zoolock and Token Druid?
Here it's slightly favored towards Zoo, but only very slightly because it's still an even matchup and it's also very draw dependent. So as we can see here, the Druid hand is very good. Oh my god, that is a
Okay.
swipe pickup.
Okay.
That helps a lot in this matchup, but
The board for the Warlock can survive, although the hand is not that
the
good.
hand is really not good. He has practically 0 follow-up, so if Beefsteak is able to remove this board, which looks like he will within the next few turns. Oh, the Mark of the Wild on the Violet Teacher, though.
Uh-huh.
Then
The
Nvrmislethal is going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Now, here's the problem. Since he has 2 power overwhelmings in hand, he's losing his late game burst to get rid of that Violet Teacher. And because Beefsteak has a lot of follow-up with the Azure Drake and then even the Swipe, he'll be able to sort of stabilize because his top decks are overall better. And the Zoo has committed a lot of minions to the board, which he won't be able to get back.
Exactly. Probably play the Imp Gang boss here as well.
Yep,
to
he
make-
really has no other play aside from Life Tap, which isn't a very attractive option. So play the Imp Gang, maintain your hold on the board, and you're pretty
Yeah,
good.
The swipe though next turn.
Oh, he's not? Okay.
Okay.
He's not threatened by that 1/1 token, which is okay, I guess, since that Imp Gang still contests it.
Yeah, it probably won't get through the taunt here.
Oh, now, okay.
It's a little,
Here's
little
a-
Void Walker.
Here's a turn for Beefsteak. Will he spend his turn 4 removing the Imp Gang boss, pretty much clearing the board, or will he just drop his Azure Drake and, well, as we can see, the Azure Drake will just get removed
Yeah,
on the board.
exactly.
So he chooses to go with a swipe in order to,
Probably play the Raven Idol.
yeah, probably coining out Hero
or
Power.
Hero Power.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. This is very interesting.
Losing that, using the coin, losing that spell there.
hmm
Probably
This-
want to save the Raven Idol for
For the next turn, I
yeah,
guess,
for
to help
Fandral.
him. That or Fandral, but
Mhm.
he doesn't have Fandral in hand right now. Even without it, it's pretty okay because
Yeah,
he can.
You want to control the board.
Yeah, he can also curve out with Azure Drake Raven Idol next turn.
Exactly.
So it's not so bad. Oh, okay, that's better.
But yeah, but using it to eliminate a 1/1 creature or fill up the board with 1/1s Zoo won't be able to usually kill those 1/1s, so you might want to use that.
Yeah, but he chooses to
Yeah,
go with
the
the Raven Idol instead. I would have personally favored the Living Roots here because I've seen those two cards stuck in Nvrmislethal's hand on the left side of his hand for the whole game, so I can probably assume that they're not minions that are gonna come down soon. But maybe he's thinking that okay, probably it's Sea Giant. Oh,
Okay, he used that.
that's
That's
kind of
interesting.
weird.
Probably use hero power there.
Yeah.
Okay, so building a board of 2/2s and
Yeah, I don't know if
okay.
this was his plan. Like, he
Hmm,
totally just got that
okay.
Power of the Wild from the Living Roots. But, ooh.
Okay, so that's interesting, but
Oh,
you've
that
got
is
a lot of
such...
burst here, but
Right?
yeah. Mm.
The Doom Guard is... Oh, this is why...
This is why you usually have Leroy
Yeah,
and
Leroy
one
or
Doom
Doom Guard,
yeah.
right? Because just having them in your hand like this, it helps you close out the game, but you really don't want both of them in your hand.
Except maybe for next expansion when you get those discards and all
discards.
the new demon card.
Okay, now that's a good pickup.
Just missing one card. Okay, there we have Fandral there. I think the only play here is the Azure Drake and see what you have.
Yeah, Azure Drake helps you cycle, and then you can even hero power to clear off the 1/1. Plus, it challenges the Imp Gang boss, so it's a much cleaner play than Fandral right now. Oh, and look at that! There's a
Okay.
follow-up with Fandral that you just drew.
Will that help much later? Yeah, but anyways, that's a clear turn 8, right?
Yep, it's a clean turn 8, and after that, if he still doesn't manage to hold the board, he has Onyxia to follow up, so...
Okay, so yes, he has the curve on his hand right now.
Yep, and wow, this looks kind of bad.
Okay,
He
so
can clear out the Drake, or he can clear out one of the 2/2s and play a Defender of Argus. The only problem is the Drake is still
okay.
a... Whoa!
Okay.
Okay.
Missing, sacrificing.
He
two
could also
cards
do
here.
that play, which
Do
does
you
help
like that
him
play?
seize the board better. Well, it was a kind of a okay, I guess, but the discards were his
Yeah,
top
his-
end of his deck, right?
exactly.
So it pretty much guarantees that his next few top decks are
Yeah,
on the
sm-
lower end of
small
his
fries.
yeah, the lower end of card quality, right? So
Okay, so okay, what? Okay, he's thinking about going face or what to clear here.
going 2 damage to the face doesn't seem very valuable right now.
Well, so what to trade here? If you okay.
Probably the 1/1, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause,
That's probably the safest play because
if you hit the Imp Gang boss, it'll just leave a 1/1. So it's either two
Yeah.
1/1s or
either way you're removing 1 power from the board, but but trading into the 1/1 is more efficient because you'll have a 2/1 left over. So
oh yeah, okay.
so this way he has a bigger board
Mhm.
and the Warlock is left with 2 attacks
Mhm.
instead of 3. That would have been,
Okay, Darkshire is a pretty good draw here.
Darkshire.
Darkshire
Looks
Councilman.
like Darkshire into Defenders the play.
Mhm.
But now here's the question: what do you Defender up?
Do you want the initial +1/+1 so you can already use that, or will you use that for Darkshire Councilman? Probably. I mean, I think the obvious choice is for the for one of them to go to Imp Gang boss, so you can have
Right.
that. It's a clean trade. You get another 1/1
Okay.
from that,
And he's
then
gonna go
kill
face.
or
His-
Fandral.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Thi-
think
his-
it's.
His other option was to Defender the Doom Guard so that he can clear Fandral
Yeah.
with more efficiently.
Mhm.
And this way, he's saying, okay,
I
let's
don't
leave
care.
Fandral alive,
Which
which is always a risky play, but
exactly.
he could see that if there are only 2 cards in hand that haven't been played up till now, maybe he
Actually,
doesn't
just
have
one
something.
card that I mean the newer card he doesn't really had the time to play it, but so
Yep.
so just one card there. he has to worry about, but okay.
Oh, he's gonna mulch and then
Mulch
Power of
and
the
Power
Wild.
of the Wild
Yep,
would-
Power of the Wild with Fandral is pretty good. Let's see what comes out of this mulch. It's just a 2/3.
the Amani
That's not
Berserker,
very
okay.
helpful. And now
Okay,
he gets a very, very valuable trade onto the Doom Guard.
A 3/2 for the Doom Guard,
hmm
and then a 4/4 for the 2/3. So you get
Yep.
just
I can imagine he's just gonna clear the
okay,
board
so
here.
basically, the burst is 10.
Yep.
So just
One more damage.
One more damage.
And I believe he still has both abusives, right? His Dark Iron Dwarf is gone.
Okay,
Whoa!
that's game. That's
There
game
we go.
For,
The third power overwhelming
okay,
coming
you
out.
better not miss this. He told me his name is
Nvrmislethal.
It's
He should never miss lethal, right?
because that's like his mantra: never miss lethal.
Right.
Okay, never miss lethal takes game 1, and so the Warlocks eliminated. We're playing Conquest 2.0. Let's see the bans. What did
Nvrmislethal banned the Shaman, and Beefsteak banned the Druid.
So what decks are we left with? Do you have okay?
I believe Nvrmislethal has his Warrior, his Mage, and his his Warrior and his Mage. His Warlock just passed through.
And then the Druid, right?
No, his Druid got banned.
Oh, his Druid got
Yeah,
banned.
his
Oh,
Warlock
okay.
passed through, so he just has to win with Warrior and Mage,
Warrior and Mage.
while Beefsteak still has to win with his Druid, his Druid, his Warlock, and his Warrior.
Okay, he got his Shaman back.
Yep.
Okay, so
You
Oh,
asked for it.
early. Okay.
oh my God!
it
This
is,
looks like a
Freeze Mage.
Freeze Mage versus.
Tempo.
This could be Tempo or
Dragon.
Control.
Mm,
I don't think you
probably
run the
won't
Bloodhoof
run, yeah.
Brave in a dragon deck. Oh, what's this?
might be.
This could be one of those mid-range Enrage Warriors. Those are actually a thing. Like, when you look at the Warrior class, there are just so many
Yeah,
different archetypes they
exactly.
can run. And this is one of the more interesting variations, because it's not like
Yeah,
a
it's,
quote-unquote common one, like the Worgen OTK or the Control Warrior or the Cthulhu Warrior. This is one that runs Gurubashi Berserker sometimes.
oh, Gurabashi Berserker, the 3/5,
No, the 2/7.
2/7. Oh,
That
oh
gains
yeah.
+3
I was
attack.
surprised by that one time. Why would you? I thought you only see that in arena.
Oh man, like, I don't know this deck so much. It's not a very common deck. Oh nope, it's Patrons.
Oh, it's Patron.
Okay.
Patron.
Patron is like sort of falling out of the radar recently, but in this sort of matchup, Freeze Mage versus Patron, the Patrons themselves aren't going to be that useful. What you're really looking to do is similar to Control Warrior, build up your armor count, and but your tools are different. You have usually 2 armor smiths that you want to get
Yes.
lots of whirlwind value from.
I think basically what you want to do as the warriors win by armor and fatigue.
Pretty much.
That was the game plan back then. I mean, right now I think it's.
Ooh, Finley is gonna be
Okay,
very
oh no.
interesting because this takes away his armor up option, but that's fine because
He'll have,
this tells me that he's not planning on armoring up every turn.
He'll have to go all in this time.
Yep, this tells us that I want to kill you really fast.
It's the face or bust.
Oh god. This is like I only have 15 minutes to play this game. Let's end it right now. Sort of line.
I think that I think the game's never misleading.
Pretty much. I mean, so far it looks like that. Look at his hand. He has all the stall, all the draw.
You just have
He has board clears. He has Emperor.
he has a draw. Yes, Emperor.
Ooh.
There. Just
And now this is miserable. He can't get rid of that Doomsayer. So at most he can do what? 2 damage to face.
rely on RNG. Okay.
Okay, he can do 4 damage to face. I don't.
1, 2, 3.
He could clear it
4.
now, but he is committing a lot of cards.
Exactly. So, with this type of deck, you don't pretty much have burst with this, right? Except for the Korkron elites.
Yeah, and Grommash.
Grommash.
That's your burst. But the thing with freeze mage is they force you to kill them over 2 turns.
Exactly.
And if they can buy enough time, they'll be able to kill you in the time that you pop their ice block. Oh, he's not gonna kill the Doomsayer.
Okay, so he's just going for the damage here.
Yep. War Axe face. I mean, there are no better targets for that axe. Might as well deal 3 damage to your opponent's face.
Okay, so Nvrmislethal probably just draw here.
Oh, he's gonna Thorson?
Why Thorson? What do you have? Okay, you have the Blood Mage, you have Fireball, but
it's not the most valuable Thorson.
I don't like the Thorson there.
I mean, like,
you're not
that is for sure going to die, right? Or maybe he thinks that, okay, he can't deal a 5 damage to my Doomsayer, right? So he probably might not be able to kill this.
Okay.
Maybe that's his line of thinking. But it's still very risky.
But look at this. You already have your War Axe and the Hero Power, so that's 4 damage.
4 damage.
You just need one more damage.
Exactly. So,
right?
It's very risky, and his hand doesn't really benefit that much from discounts.
I think the best play would have been the Arcane Intellect there. Draw into your secrets and just survivability and all the setup for the combo. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay, so... But let's see how he uses the discounted cards right now.
Well, he has to draw now. In retrospect, maybe the discounts weren't so bad, because without a big armor up build up, then Alex Straj's burst doesn't need that much discount.
Right now, he doesn't...
He doesn't have that, though. So it's like he has to cycle for those fast.
Now, and he's left with Blood Mage for the cycle.
Yeah, but he's choosing to hold on to it, just in case he might be able to make use of the spell power. Even though, right now, there's not much, like...
Okay, so how can
here we go.
Here we go for the Patron, but yeah, they have Frost...
Frost Nova,
you got Flame Strike over there. So
I actually don't like this
3 turns
because you really have to save your whirlwinds and your patrons for that armor smith turn.
So you got your draw now. I think we're just going through the
oh my god,
here.
Look at this. He even pings the patrons so that
he
can't play anything. It's
locked
it's diabolical.
You can basically ping the 2-1 or kill one of your minions.
But no way. Now he can't even Wailing Soul if he had it.
Well, you can. You just ping
have
one
to
of your
ping
heroes.
The 2-1.
You ping the 2-1, then you Wailing Soul.
And then you silence all your patrons.
But that's the wild.
Oh wow, he actually pings the 2-1.
What for?
I think he's gonna play the Bloodhoof Brave.
Why? Okay, yeah.
The Ghoul? Whoa. I don't think so, man.
Well, you'd be giving a card.
Yeah.
And then execute?
Well,
there's really no good play here if you're...
There isn't. So he just pings his 2-1 for nothing. That was kind of weird.
Because he's left with...
Oh, okay, he doesn't want to give the Acolyte an extra draw. Still, it's kind of weird because, yeah, he still pings his own Acolyte.
Just freeze again.
Yep. He can freeze again, he can flame strike. Really, he has a marketplace of options right now. Yeah. Whatever he wants to do, he can do it.
Okay, that's a beefy play. I don't like that. I mean, you can't really lose from this point on. But
yeah,
I didn't like that flame strike. Cause you still have the stalls with the from there, Blizzard and all that.
No, I think it's okay. Like the flame strike wasn't gonna get much more value because Beefsteak probably doesn't have any more minions in hand. If he does have a way to repopulate the board, you have Frost Nova, Doomsayer, Blizzard. So, like, whichever, just pick one. Now he's gonna play his Bloodhoof Brave. I think he has to at this point.
Probably ping and then draw using the
Man,
Battle Rage?
I think he might even have to Ghoul Battle Rage.
Ghoul Battle Rage.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
Ghoul Ping Nvrmislethal's Acolyte. Because that might help him win the game. Because if you can get Alex Straza discarded,
1,
then
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
that's
7,
a lot of
8.
burst gone. Okay, he's just gonna ping the Blood Hoof. I mean, no matter what, the Acolyte's gonna get a lot of draws.
Because basically we're just waiting for Nvrmislethal to get his lethal here. Okay, so drawing more cycle there.
Yep. Drawing Cycle,
The
putting down the
ice
Secret.
barrier. With the usual build of the Freeze Mage, you usually just have one ice barrier. Is that right?
Yeah. Usually one, sometimes two. In tournament settings, it can vary depending on whether your lineup is geared towards anti-aggro or anti-control. Usually anti-aggro decks want to run two of those.
My blade be thirsty.
Okay.
This guy won't survive.
The poor thing. He's going out there to die.
We got your local loon there.
Speak to me.
And,
Man.
more pain incoming.
What does he have to do? He's gonna cycle with this Acolyte and build up the Frothing. But this is just your typical Freeze Mage matchup. They're never gonna attack.
Unless the new build right now, the one with the OTK. But even then, you still have to go through the secrets.
The Freeze Mage is pretty much invulnerable to OTK.
The
because
Morgan OTK.
Yep, pretty much. Oh, there's Grommash.
Okay. Hi,
Grom's a
Grommash.
big boy.
Can't wait no longer. You
Yep.
just have to wait there. Okay. So you got freeze here, and then some more cycle, I guess. You can already go face here. Maybe not wait for Alex Straza. Just go ping with a 1/1.
Just charge in little
Yeah,
Acolyte.
exactly. I mean, you can go with the Acolyte and the Loot Hoarder and just stall with freeze here.
Yeah.
And then how
Yeah,
many?
Acolyte attack into the Frothing, also okay. Then he can follow up with a Thalnos Blizzard. Attacking into the Frothing tells us that he's probably gonna clear the board because you don't build up a Frothing's attack just to leave it there. Or okay,
yeah,
you could just torch it now because he drew that. And that's both Frothing Berserkers down. And now Beefsteak, he's out of options.
He's got a lot of. I mean, he has a lot of options for Nvrmislethal, no, and pretty much nothing here.
Yep.
For Beefsteak.
For Beefsteak, that 2/2's gonna have to pull through a lot. Gonna have to hit the face 14 times to pop that ice block.
That's a long.
Just give him some time, man. Look at him.
A long way to go for that news.
Look at that face. He's just raring to go. Oh,
Okay.
Antonidas. That's not a card you see very often
exactly.
nowadays. People mostly phase out Antonidas because you really don't need it.
I think is that because of your the torches. You usually already have the 30 damage
Yep.
because of the
The torches, the fireballs, Alex Straza, between that and the fact that no other class really gets more than 30 health aside from Warrior, and
Yeah, but with Warrior, that's even.
it's like even with Antonidas,
I mean,
you don't
you're
really.
pretty much.
You're still pretty much hopeless, so
Exactly.
it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
I think he could even just drop it.
You built it in that deck. Might as well use it. I mean, what are you afraid of?
If he drops Antonidas now, he puts Beefsteak on a three turn clock, I believe.
With Roaring Forge.
Yeah. This is a 3-turn clock because Antonidas isn't. Unless Antonidas lives,
I
which
think
he's
you
not.
already have 16 damage over there. 3, 6, and then the
Thalnos?
The Thalnos. That's 14, 15.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay, yes.
it's only a 3-turn clock. That Antonidas has to die. So that execute is going straight to Antonidas.
Okay, probably make use of the Grom now.
Yep. You can just execute it and
Exactly.
then Grom Whirlwind to try to end the game.
How much burst do you have? Like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 from the hand.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you still have 23 with Ice Block over there, so...
So
I can wait.
So really, the freeze mage clock is much shorter than yours. So,
Oh, poor Ooze.
that little guy just wanted to help.
Okay, here we go.
Oh
Another
look,
ice
just
block.
another ice block, just to rub it in, you know, just to ensure that if there was some way you could heal up, I still have you, bro.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Did we miscalculate
Yeah,
that?
yeah, you could use the fireball.
Lol.
That's 18 damage there.
Caster math. Well,
Okay,
So,
never miss
so,
lethal.
yep, we may have
Did
missed
not-
lethal, but never
did
missed
not.
lethal did
He
not.
did not miss lethal. Good for him.
Good for him.
So he only has one more deck to win. He already had Warlock, already won.
And with freeze mage,
Freeze Mage, so one more Shaman got banned. So what was the other deck?
I believe he still has.
Warrior?
No. Yeah, his warrior.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so...
Okay. We're just waiting for one of the players to.
yeah, a little break over
Let-
there.
I guess what happened with Beefsteak that match is since maybe he's not running any armor smiths or any form of armor gain, so maybe that was his best line to just go as aggressive as possible and hope that I can kill the freeze mage. But
Can you really do that? I mean, even if you don't have armor gain.
well, that's the thing. His deck didn't look like it was built to go that aggressively, you know? Like it's not as aggressive as Dragon Warrior. It's more like
Yeah. What is a patron warrior really good?
Patron Warrior usually hounds the aggro decks because their 3/3s are unclearable if you're a deck like Zoo, right?
Yeah. With a full board of patron warriors is Zoo. How about token druid right now?
Token Druid right now does have some options to clear it.
Yeah.
I still think
you still have that Yogg and
you have Yogg.
and then that spell,
Mhm.
the random spell from Discover,
Yep.
the Raven Idol spell.
Yep. They're definitely more equipped to deal with it than Druids were in the past.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why Patron did fall out of favor. Also because Worgen does a better job at clearing Zoo than Patron right now. But anyway, on to the next match.
Okay. Looks
We
like
have-
a control warrior.
Yep, Control Warrior versus
Lethal.
Beefsteak's Druid.
Okay, so
This-
looking at the lineup earlier, we saw Nvrmislethal ban Shaman. So
This
we were
might
thinking,
be a Cthulhu Warrior because Control Warrior doesn't really run Brand Bronzebeard. There aren't that many battle cries that you want to trigger.
Okay, so you got the
There we go.
perfect hand again with the wild.
Raven Idol into Wild Growth. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
This is a case where I might consider holding onto Raven Idol, but since he drew Onyxia, maybe it's best to look for another
Yeah,
ramp card like Nourish.
Exactly.
Nourish or Wisps are also pretty good. Wisps aren't a bad card against Warrior because they only have so many board clears. So like after you see a Ghoul come down or a Brawl, you're like, here, have another board full of 7 minions to deal with. But
Usually you want a Raven Idol to look for a ramp, right?
Yep.
Yes, but this time he already has one in Wild
Yep.
Growth. Okay.
you can think of Raven Idol as your 3rd or 4th Wild Growth if you draw it early. Because in a way, there's like a 1 in 5 chance to have it in your Discover options.
The ramp options for the new Druid right now is very good. When you have that Forticast, what was that?
The Mire Keeper?
Mire Keeper.
The Mire Keeper is one of those cards that just came out and we're like, do I run 2 of these or just 1 of these? Because there was no question, you run that
Okay,
card.
so you're playing
An
the
early Fandral.
Fandral naked.
Well,
So that's
I mean,
not good.
it's not good at all.
Yeah,
Like, look
it's-
at this. He just clears it.
Especially for a warrior. He has plethora of cards to get rid of.
I mean, I think he had to play it. It just doesn't feel good when you do. You would much rather have your other 4-drops like Mire Keeper, like what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, so it was Fandril or Hero Power that turn.
Yep. Which were both really bad options.
Okay, I guess you can't. But with control, yeah. Right now you don't really know what you're up against because I mean.
Right, right.
So,
It could be like a tempo-based warrior, right? And you really want to seize the board against
exactly.
those.
You can't fall behind against a tempo warrior. Otherwise, you're basically just dead.
Pretty much.
And it would be hard to take the board as a druid. You have to rely on your big turns, big combo turns as a token druid.
Now here's Nvrmistlethal's dilemma. Does he burn and execute on his Drake, or just the Ravager
Ravager
Ghoul?
Ghoul and just basically pass.
Okay, looks like... Oh, is he gonna armor up? Now this is a greedy play. I kind of like it, but at the same time, whoa, I don't know if it's... Like, I don't know if it's correct. It's just kind of bold.
Yeah.
Because...
Yeah, it's very early for that. I mean, you feel confident. You still have a lot of health with you, but then again,
you're taking 12 damage from the Azure Drake. That's,
okay, yes, you hit 4, then it
hits you
another
again.
One. Okay.
Either that, or he thinks that maybe I can avoid hitting it again by playing the Ghoul next turn,
Ravager
right?
Ghoul there. Still, that's 8 damage.
That it is. It's...
Okay. Anyways,
Okay, he could play the Ghoul now.
Ghoul and armor up. So yeah.
I mean, he's saving Ghoul for a big token turn, right? But is that necessarily correct when you're also holding the Brawl?
Exactly.
What now?
Because now one of those cards is going to stick in your hand.
It's either you tank another 4 damage or Ravaging Ghoul.
Right, but like playing Ravaging Ghoul now is pretty much admitting I could have killed your Drake last turn, but I just decided to take an extra 2 damage. Since, you know, we're factoring in the armor ups here.
There.
Still, he's not in a bad spot. In fact, when Beefsteak plays this Onyxia, or Cenarius even, he's going to have a field day with that Brawl.
Lots of dragon links there. And you have the Cenarius in hand. But, okay, you can still repopulate the board immediately after this one, after a Brawl.
Yep.
So,
What he can do here is hit the Onyxia with the Ghoul and then Brawl.
So you set up for an execute afterwards.
Yep, in case the Onyxia survives. His other play is also to just go face with the Ghoul. It's much more of the greedier play since you have the chance that the Ghoul lives. The 3 face damage is negligible at this point in the game.
So,
But if the Onyxia lives in that case, then you're pretty much tanking that in the face.
so let's see if Nvrmislethal is the gambler here. But
He went for a riskier line of play earlier, so he might go for it now.
the gamble though is not more.
It's
a
gonna
lot of-
be more face damage. Oh,
there's
he's
more-
thinking about it.
my,
Oh yeah,
Okay. That's
he
not
is
good.
brave. He is very brave. Now is this Brawl gonna pay off?
Okay.
See it?
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh my God!
Okay. Oh my.
That
Ravaging
Ghoul was
won all-
ravaging. It just ravaged that dragon and
This
her.
Ravaging Ghoul Dragonbane is his name now. All those 7
that.
dragons.
Look at that.
Wow.
I mean, Beefsteak. If only I had a player cam right now. I want to see his face. Like, I would flip a table if that
Never
happened.
mislead Dragonbane. You should hunt for Kibler now.
Alright, but now he's gonna
Yeah, he
face
still has the board again.
Yep.
With a Cenarius.
And this is why it's pretty good to run both Cenarius and Onyxia. They pretty much guarantee that you have a near endless near endless endgame. But when you really look at it, he is still 22 damage away from ending this game. So, oh, Harrison, hello.
Okay, that's a good tech card.
Yeah. He has to decide though whether he's gonna use Harrison on this War Axe now. Okay, well that didn't take long.
The Cthulhu Druid employs
The
Cthulhu's
4/2
Chosen, right?
Divine Shield.
And then they usually the build now forgoes the 2/3 the Acolyte, right?
The 2/3 Acolyte, sometimes you run 2 of those because in the early game, you really want Cthulhu activators. You want to get to that Cthulhu to 10 power so that it powers up your Veclor, your Shield Bearers.
But yeah,
I mean, it's more of a consistency issue, really.
Although you're losing power.
Yep.
With that option. Okay, so
Now this is the
to draw a card there.
Okay, he's gonna draw more cards. It's consistent with his line of play. Like, you play Harrison, draw cards, so that pretty much means he thinks his hand is garbage, which it sorta is. He even Raven idled for a minion, and he got
Azure Drake?
no, he got the 4 mana 4/4.
Okay, this one.
What is that even called? The Wild Walker.
Wild Walker. You don't often see this card, but probably would when the expansion comes.
When the expansion comes,
Druid.
I can see
Beast
people
Druid?
playing with that card.
The last pro player I know excited for that is Firebat. He
Oh,
talked
yeah.
a lot of regarding
he
the
was.
Beast Druid.
He did a very comprehensive card review, as in he really dragged out the stats for all the
Yeah,
cards.
that's what you like about Firebat. He was the one with the spreadsheets and all the stats playing with it. Okay.
Now this is
Okay,
interesting.
Veclor, you can't really. Oh,
He's gonna
playing a
play
4/6.
4 mana, a 7 mana 4/6.
7 mana 4/6.
That doesn't feel really good because that just trades with Harrison and a hero power, or even worse, swipe.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like-
with swipe, you have to have. You can't really destroy it with a swipe, right?
No, he swipes face and then just Harrisons it.
Oh, okay, yes.
Azure Drake into swipe would just be evil right now, because then you set the warrior down to 12.
If it's still miss, you still have the hero power.
Yep.
And Harrison.
Yep.
So,
Still though, you'd really want to get that swipe because that 3/1 ghoul is really annoying.
what else would you want to? Oh, mulch.
Okay, he's gonna mulch the 4/6.
Yeah. Is there any better target for that? Maybe Cthulhu, but usually
When Cthulhu comes down,
you're dead.
You're dead. So he wants to kill him before that happens, and this helps him accomplish that fact.
I've seen a lot of warriors employing Black Knight. It may because of all the beefy taunts right now.
Right. Ever since like the control shaman became a thing, Black Knight also became a thing because
You have druids with a lot of taunts there.
Ancient of War also.
Okay.
So it's like that's enough of a reason to run.
So you want to
Black
destroy
Knight.
spell power or
One
more
extra damage.
Attack power? Yes.
Honestly, the 1 damage doesn't seem so threatening now.
The spell power, though. I mean,
What does
that has a lot
he
of potential.
have? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Just
you
looking
have
at the living roots, right?
The living roots. You haven't seen a swipe yet.
Yep, not a single swipe. Huh.
So right now, this is a juicy target for living roots. Exactly 3 damage there.
Yep. But Beefsteak really has to put on some more power on the board, though, because he's looking at that Savage Roar, and it represents a lot of his burst. This is also why a lot of these Druid lists cut Savage Roar, because they're really dependent on you having a board. And even though you run both...
Oh, okay.
Hello. Even though you run both Cenarius and...
What do you want to do here? Is he going for a lethal?
Hello, is that exactly 16?
Plus 1 more damage there?
No, you got it.
You got it. Okay.
Beefsteak spots the lethal. while we're too busy bantering about the board and all that
the board.
unimportant stuff.
Okay, Beefsteak found lethal there. So we still have a game. Okay.
The
Beefsteak
druid manages to pass.
escapes the sweep there. So
Like, we were just bad-mouthing Savage Roar 5 seconds
Yeah,
before it kills
exactly.
Nvrmiss, so like, okay.
Two damage there in board, and then with one creature that's 4 damage. So what classes do we still have left?
I believe for Beefsteak, he has to win with his warrior, his patron
warrior.
Ooh, that's not gonna be fun.
Patron
Patron
warrior versus
again.
control. Okay, that's not a good.
Yeah, that's not a good matchup.
I think that's only second to what do you call this? The freeze mage. And
Yep.
maybe a handlock or something like
Yep.
that.
It's just so sad because
Okay.
he's gonna go with his own zoo.
Okay, his zoo.
So far, nothing.
Maybe get the momentum. So when you play the bad matchup, you have your the impetus.
Yep, that's true.
Going into the match. Okay, so
Oh, he's also running a version with Doom Guards, except his starting hand is bonkers right now.
okay, flame imps, 2 flame imps.
2 flame imps.
Okay, usually you run 1 flame imp right now, and more of the more what do you call this?
The sticky
The
minions?
sticky minions.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, but
I
you
run
can-
all of them.
You just put all of them
Yep.
there. Okay.
But it really depends on what type of zoo you run. Since this is a more aggressive zoo, maybe he also runs all the 1-drops. Maybe, but we did see a sea giant there.
Okay, that's asking for Fury Warax there. What?
Wow.
Okay, that's an aggressive play.
That's an
'cause
aggressive
you can,
opening.
usually you would want to
Yeah, Void Walker
the
out,
Void
right?
Walker.
That's usually the best opening. But he's saying, okay, you don't have War Axe, then I'll get 6 damage in your face.
Okay.
But now,
Okay, so usually with this matchup, Zeus more favorite, right?
yep,
Because you usually the
The
honest
Warriors.
of the warrior has the honest to actually control the game.
yep. The Warriors' key to victory here lies in Fiery War Axe in the early game, a Brawl in the mid game, and then hopefully he has enough health to have lived through to the late game where he will win.
Okay, so looks like okay, the Doomsayer usually
Oh.
that replaces the 2/3.
Yep.
Because basically for the control warrior, I mean the Cocoon warrior, you don't have an early board, so it's actually one of the best 2-drops right now. The Doomsayer.
Yep. You can drop it right now. It'll either absorb 7 damage or take out these 2 minions. And so I really like that.
Okay. One of the cards that has seen a lot of play right now, the Doomsayer. Back then, you'd only see that in
Freeze Mage.
Freeze Mage.
Yeah, like back in the day. Nowadays, it's like every control deck has the option to run this 0/7. Either soaks up, either heals you for 7, or it clears the board.
yeah.
Giving you back initiative. This is really good since it's not only preventing 7 damage, it's getting rid of 4 damage in the long run, and getting rid of the 3/1, which he would have otherwise had to swing his axe into.
Okay, so Beefsteak has 9 damage in hand.
Yep, and
Right.
23 more to go. Make that 28.
You can go on.
He's just gonna
back to
get
30.
rid of the Councilman
Okay,
right now.
but yes, it's
It's
better
like-
to actually kill the Councilman.
As the Cthulhu Warrior, you're pretty much okay with this game going on much longer.
You might as well save the axe because you're not really getting rid of the imp. Basically, if you hit that, you just get more damage.
Acidic Swabus!
Okay, then there's that.
Nice!
Okay. Then here comes the second
Yep,
one.
the second axe
Fury
is
War Axe.
just gonna make him sad, but, well, what could you have done, right?
You can maybe use... no, you want to use execute for more beef in there.
Yeah, you don't want to well, at this point, you don't have to execute that. You have so much life, and that 2 power doesn't look really threatening. Plus, what's his Cthulhu at? Is it at 8? Or I think it's just at 8, right?
What?
He's only played 1, 4, 2. His Cthulhu.
Oh, his Cthulhu.
So that
Yeah.
Veclor isn't gonna be
Yeah, it's not
just
gonna
another
yellow
7
up.
mana 4/6.
Okay, so
Man, he's really holding back that
Just-
Doom Guard.
just going for the... Okay, Ravaging Ghoul is pretty good here. Can you clear the board?
No, I don't think he can clear the board. He can get rid of 2 minions though. And again, play the 7
play
mana
the 7 and
4/6.
cast 4/6 taunt.
Okay.
Okay, so he's he has the power to go through that taunt.
Again though, this is why that Doom Guard's been sitting in that hand.
Yeah, Beefsteak's plays a little bit greedy. I mean, these players have been
Yeah.
playing a bit greedy with
It's-
their play stars there. Basically, I think he wants to get rid of all of the
his
cards.
hand before he plays the Doom Guard. I mean, we know it would have gotten wrecked by that execute, right? But
Yeah.
maybe he should have played it earlier,
Mhm.
just so that he had something.
Anyway, right now you have. I guess you buff that with a Dark Red Dwarf.
The 3-1. All right, yeah, just make it a 3-1. Trade it to the 4-2. Oh, you have a board.
Still, you can't play the Doom Guard because you still want to use the Forbidden Red
No
Wall.
way. I think it's time.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe get a 2-drop, then play that
Like-
Doom Guard.
maybe that 4/4 will scare him into using the execute, right?
Yeah.
And when he does that,
Okay, yes.
that's gonna be the neon lighting. Play your Doom Guard now.
Let's see if Beefsteak's really greedy and goes for the...
No way. Oh, come on.
Oh! Okay. No? Really? See? Greedy.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Ravaging Ghoul number 2 coming right up.
You thought I was out of board clears, huh? Oh, I'm sorry.
Why would you do that? Just
Yeah,
go
I think
through
you
with it.
play.
Sure.
I think you play the
Side-
panda here.
There.
Oh no! Now he can clear his hand.
Okay.
That's what he's been waiting for the whole game.
And then the Ancient Shield Bearer will light up next turn.
Yep.
As,
Oh nope, he has something to play again. But I think it's time, right?
just play. Yeah.
It
you
is
just get
real-
rid of the 1/1
Like,
there.
yeah, he's been sitting on the bench for so long.
Is it? I think it's time to go. Is it time to go face? But that's still 24 life.
Yeah, it's so.
Still want to control the board
At the
this
same
side,
time,
and
none
then
of these trades are really.
Mhm.
None of them really make you happy.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, the warrior still only has 1 more card, and you still have, I mean, the option to the hero power comes into play right now. One of the more powerful hero powers in the game.
Oh my god.
Okay, basically that's goodbye
That-
Doom Guard.
Yeah, that gets rid of the Doom Guard, and I
clear
can
the
imagine
board?
the Councilman's going down also.
Yeah, just leave a 1/1 behind.
Yeah,
Possessed Villager.
yeah, he even goes face.
Okay, yeah.
Just
Why? Yes, exactly.
yeah,
Just put the Warlock in a time clock, right?
yep.
Okay, so
I believe going face there. Nah, that doesn't really change much, right? Oh, he didn't play the wolf.
Beefsteak just gave up here.
He
That's
just wanted to
wanted to
juggle
prolong
concede.
the game.
Oh,
Okay.
Never
That-